Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Hope that you're feeling amazing, blessed, well, swell, all the good, grand, gracious, wonderful, powerful things that you are and can be will experience. My name is Latisse. I do readings on here, so that you can book readings with me down below. Okay? With that being said, up and said and done, I also have a podcast down below. I didn't say it in the last readings, but bitch, check down below, you'll see it. We are doing so fucking well. But anyhow, anyway, I wanted to get into the spooky reading. Oh, I didn't feel like doing the animal reading. I'm so sorry, honey. I wanted to use my spooky deck. My spooky deck is just a little extra interdimensional, a little extra metaphysical, a little extra razzle of the dazzle. We'll also try to use these. I know you like when I use those. Lizzie, if you do readings, does your animal like have a favorite deck that they like you to use? Because he does. He has a favorite deck that he likes me to use. It's the animal deck. It's like, bitch, those is my people. Those is my people. He's eating his food now. But let's go ahead and see why I was called to this. What was feeling it? This is one of my favorite ones too. That's hilarious. Do you feel like your life is a joke right now? Like you feel like the universe is just having to crack up with you, or God's playing with you. You feel like you're in a Job moment, maybe. Like life was just kind of toying with you just a little bit too much, playing a little bit too much. I feel like you almost feel like life's cutting things a little bit too close. Okay, we kind of we cutting it close, or you maybe feel like things always work out like at the very last possible minute, or something great. It's like I feel like man, life is a little too short for me. Like, and not in a way of like a almost kidding way, but it's just like, dang, I almost didn't get that message. I almost didn't get that. I almost didn't get that payment. It's almost like things just always seem to happen at the very last second, the very last moment. And you feel like up until that moment, you can be possibly experiencing anxiety, possible doubt, a little bit of fear, unsureness, confusion, things of that sort. Where it's just like, dang, but it's like I know it'll work out, but like I feel like how sometimes gets you, but it's also like the how because things always happen at the very last moment, last second, last minute. Like it's like a buzzer beater almost. Like damn, I was not expecting that to happen or go that way, but it did, and it worked out. And sometimes it doesn't work out in how you expect it, and so yeah, I feel like your life is making you live a little bit on the edge. You can have some sash placements, a lot of fire placements actually. Aries, Leo. I feel like your life is Aquarius energy, Piscean energy, yeah, Virgo energy, Taurus energy. Yeah, you feel like your life was just like, damn, what the fuck? All right, all right, spirit. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like you have to get in touch with your protection. Yeah, it's almost like you have to get in touch with your protection. That's what they're saying. Like, get in touch with your. I. The first card that came out is the poltergeist, right? It's the energy that lives inside of the house, right? It is the house itself, poltergeist. And I feel like your home is your house. And that's why I said up until this moment, you can possibly feeling doubt, fear, anxiety, confusion, confliction, whatever it is. We're just like, hold on, wait a minute. And so the postcards is like you haven't gotten aware of your home yet, of your body yet, of your protective wards and energies. And so you don't know why the TV is doing that. You don't know why are we getting out of hand. I think the glass is about to break. Shit. Damn you. That sage can be very. That's crazy because the sage, as soon as everything was fine, the candle was burning perfect fine, it was good, and then it hit like a sage stick. Boom. You need a spiritual cleanse. Let's just put it like that. You have to reconnect. It's almost like you put up a ward or like a craft. It's almost like you put up a ward or something. You know how in the craft they was just kind of fucking and doing shit. They was just like doing shit just to do shit. They was trying shit. They was setting this up. It was just like okay, they kept trying, you know. And then somebody came in there and they had power and realized like I didn't know, like I don't know how that was working. I don't know, And then they even came in her own house and tried to fuck with her TV and stuff. But as soon as she realized and she tapped into her power, she got those bitches. And so I realized, thank you, Spirit. You are realizing you have to tap into that. You have to get acquainted with your home, your poltergeist. You have to get acquainted with this protective energy that makes you feel like things are happening last minute. That makes you feel like it's almost at the last second. You got out of the house, that you saved them from the portal. No, 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 no. This has been your craft. This is your life. This is just who you are. And so when they thought they was coming in there, they were setting this up, and she was the real deal. They couldn't recognize it. They couldn't understand. Like what? We've been doing this, and as soon as they come, yes, because it's who you are. And so now you have to get. It's like a spiritual gift that you have. You have to get very acquainted with it. And I feel like once you get acquainted with it and you recognize, you tap into that spiritual power, the spiritual aspect, it'll allow you to not feel so anxiety ridden or worried about the how or the when, or feeling like things always happen at the last moment, or things don't work out in the way that you are exactly expecting. You have to reconnect with your power because you have grown way more immensely than what you're giving yourself credit for, growth for. Okay? A lot to do, Ashe, with like things coming in, because the possession is about the little girl. She gets a little box from a garage sale after the person dies, and the box almost got the granny, and she was like, "Well, there goes another person," and it went into her home, and it kind of just. But this energy, you have to get reacquainted with what you have. The little girl didn't know what she had. The older woman knew what she had. You have to get acquainted with it. And I keep hearing thank you, especially with this card staring at me. You made a pact, or you set up a ward, or you did something when you were younger, or maybe when you were first starting out, or you did something where you casted something, a spell on yourself, but you're not recognizing that that's what the possession is, that's what the poltergeist is something that you set up for yourself. And it's almost like when you first started, and it's trying to work with you, but it's almost like it feels like it's working against you. Because we have Medium, and I'm thinking about the show Medium. This is why I wrote the show Medium. I also got shows in here, and that's right under the craft. You Once she got aware of it, she was able to speak. She was able to set things up. She was able to know when this was real, when somebody wasn't really speaking. She was able to decipher that because she knew what it was. She knew her gift. She knew what she had. She knew she was speaking to this person and not this person. She knew the in between. She understood it. So it's a spiritual gift that you either asked for, or a spell, or something that you cast or created, where it's just like you feel like it's working against you, and it's not. It's trying to work with you, but you don't remember the power that you put into yourself. That is hilarious. You also got Hellraiser. The movie was kind of ass to me, but sorry. But that's right under the possession and poltergeist. When she started working, was killing them people, bringing them over there to create the new skin. You created yourself to be. You are your future self right now, and I don't think you've met yourself. Does that sound, or you asked for a spiritual enhancement or a spiritual gift on something that you already had, and now you kind of are trying to come to terms with it, trying to come to coast with it. Yeah, you have to get reacquainted with whatever you did for and with yourself. You know, make it up, but it wouldn't be as fun. We got incantation. Like I said, it was about that woman. They went there. They was messing with the people in the village. They set up something that they didn't know that they set up, and she didn't realize it. Then it's wound up affecting her daughter, which is hilarious because the possession also winds up affecting the daughter and things of that sort. And then also in the poltergeist, it wound up affecting. So you can be, I'm hearing like you can be the first daughter, or you are a daughter, the eldest daughter, or just a daughter that feels like you have taken a lot of responsibility, or thank you, spirit, your gift comes from like a feminine lineage gift. It's enhancement. I'm hearing someone possibly could have passed, and that's where you got it. But with this incantation coming right across the Hellraiser, it's almost because even with that, they used them to set something else up. They needed a vessel, they needed an in between, an incantation. She needed an in between for her daughter, for herself, because of what she put on herself when she was younger. And she couldn't remember. You gotta remember. It's almost like something is blocked off, and you could have had this when you were younger. Or something. It's something that feels kind of like locked out. But with this incantation coming in, it's just staring at me like you set something up with yourself for yourself. And it could have been like, oh, I want to be able to see that. I want to be able to enhance this. I want to be able to lose a dream. I want to, and it's like, but now that the things are starting to move and shift, and spirit is now starting to be even more present in your life and greet you, like, what the fuck? Was not expecting that. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? You set it up. Get accustomed to it. We have Train to Busan in them. Yeah, that's last. Train to Busan is about the zombies. Crazy as zombies, where they gotta go, and them is about hilariously this little girl and this little boy, and there was these creatures in their closet, and they come out in the dark, and she got pulled into this other world. I feel like you're afraid that that's what's going to happen, and so that's why things happen a lot last minute. Is you feel like you're pulled into another world, another timeline, another shift. Each time things work out, each times each time something comes through, or when you are experiencing those figures walking by, or when you are experiencing those very vivid lucid dreams and then happens, or you are experiencing those whispers and words where it's only just you, and then you get what I'm saying? Or you're experiencing fucking knocks at the door and nobody's there. So it's like, what the fuck? But it's like, you are, it's almost like an antenna, a spiritual beacon, and that's what, and them, they were essentially were an antenna, a beacon, no matter where they went, no matter where they lived, no matter what was happening, they can always be found. And I feel like you have to get acquainted with that energy. So with the Train to Busan, it's like, he made sure his daughter got there no matter what. Your spiritual team, your ancestors, your lineage is gonna make sure you get there to a point where you're able to know exactly what you're dealing with. Because once she figured it out in incantation, she was like, "Oh, all I gotta do is this." Even though she pissed me, I was like, "Why the fuck would you feed her the pineapple?" Oh, anyhow, anyway, when that moving forward, moving on. Once you get reacquainted with that, pay attention, listen, and follow what needs to be followed. Because strains are also about ancestors. So allow that to be and follow that lineage. We got the skeleton key. When that bitch did not know what she was dealing with, she thought, she was like, I don't believe, but then she's doing everything that it showed. I feel like you're doing a lot of things. You have to know what you're dealing with. You can't be out here like the girls from the craft or the possess. Like, you have to know what you're dealing with. And once you know what you're dealing with and you understand it, it allows you to get a better grasp on reality as well. It allows you to um, be secure in your power and your strength and how things work. It allows you to be a lot more clear and understanding of when things are going to happen, how it's going to happen. It allows that easement of that anxiety, of that worry, of that rushing energy. So with the skeleton key coming in here, that bitch should not know what she was doing. That they was passing that down to pass that down to pass that down. Okay, they was on it. But once if she would have figured out a little more, got a little bit, she might have been able to do something. But I feel like with the skeleton key, it's coming here, it's like you are. the skeleton key. You do have the master key to the home. Hilariously, we start off with Poltergeist, so we end with the skeleton key. That's a good ass movie. I might watch that. But that's what you have to recognize and realize. This from keep staring at me. Ah, that makes sense. It's the final card on both ends. From is where them people are going from different places to different things, and they don't know how they got there. They don't know how they're going to get out. And that's right on top of the possession. I feel like you have gotten yourself to a place where you don't know how you got here, spiritually, magnetically, and you're just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to. If you don't want to deal with it, you have to know what the hell you don't want to deal with. If you do want to deal with it, you have to know what the fuck you want to deal with. But it's something that you set up a while ago, set up a while back. You have to retrace your steps. It's really saying retrace your steps. Yeah, let's get some final card. Let's get a final card. Spirit. Air just kicked it, and that feels good. We got the gazelle. The gazelle is literally about not being so alert to the point that you are terrified that you don't move. The gazelle is about being aware of things so that way you can move cautiously, so that way you can still do what you need to do, set things up. You get what I'm saying? But when you are too hypersensitive and too on the alert, like I said, it feels like things are always happening at the last minute. It keeps you on the edge. This is why. It's also fire energy. I think I mentioned the fire signs as well coming in here. Very strong. So let's go ahead and pull up the gazelle. Yeah. Keywords. Look at that. I can't make it up. I don't know if you can see it. The reflection that glitter is crazy. Anyways, we got heightened awareness and ability and vulnerable. It represents supreme grace because with every move, it is awe-inspiring beauty amidst sophistication and elegance. It says the gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, borderlining on hyper-vigilant. Like I said, it's like, why is that happening? What is going on? It's like, you gotta remember, baby. It says this can inhibit you from enjoying the beauty you spent so much effort cultivating. Like I said, it's something you started when you were younger, and you were something that you just inherited. Grow with it, work with it. It says no more worrying about predators. When this card appears, as it's time to get back to the present moment, sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. They're not here to fuck with you. They're here to fuck with you. You get what I'm saying? You got what I'm saying? It's good. Ashe. It says when you are in balance, you are graceful, you are perceptive, and you are artistic. You allow yourself to experience the world around you, right? And be there. You're able to acknowledge what's happening, like I said, but you can't know what to get rid of if you don't know what the hell it is. Ashe. We're out of balance. Food allergies, insomnia, racing mind, racing answer, quick thoughts, quick decisions, scared thoughts, scared decisions. To bring into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, good food, journaling, and more like a calendar journal, just writing down what you did and what you experienced, because I feel like that's going to help you. It don't have to be your emotions or feelings. I feel like for you, it's going to help you to know what you did that day, how the day played out, what happened, because I feel like sometimes you kind of, things blur and mesh for you in a way that you don't want. You're just like, okay, did that happen that day, or did I eat it that day? Did I set that up? Get a calendar, babe, okay? But that has been your reading, my darlings, my love. I love you. Love yourselves more. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time.